Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. Hello, Nocturnal Thing. I love your little Hell Taker Dancy Doodle. I have one of those as well. I think I also got it in honor of my Hell Taker playthrough. But I'm happy to have you. I'm sorry about the last minute announcement about a stream, but I was checking out what the old bean situation was with Graph Beanico. And so I they decided to go play on their computer tonight. So I'm like, okay, I think I'll do some art tonight. So hey, Michael, the master of memes, welcome, welcome. So I was working on the initial sketches and stuff of this. This is Angelika, who is the villain of my next D&D campaign. So I was working on sketching her. I did the coloring of the sketch we did last time of her just like headshot. And I like the way it panned out with like the gold strips of gold in her. Hey Loth, welcome, welcome. So the plan is probably keep refining this tonight. See what we can do. My next thing that I'm doing is try to get this hand fixed. And then I guess we could start on like actually tweaking the various things so they look more ready to be done via next level of sketching. I've always loved yours. I'm hoping to get on Car Dance when it's that's very good. Yeah, I have the on Car Dance pixel version as you can see sometimes when I use it at a starting soon, but um I like it. I got it from Kanan 8, everybody's favorite little digital pixel artist. Your grandma's name was Maria Angelica. Angelica. Yeah, I went with Angelica. I was like, man, I low key want to name her Angelica Divine, but I feel like that's a little too on the nose for an Azamir character. So I was like, I'm just gonna settle for Angelica. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do as her last name yet. So the plan is we're gonna work on this sketchy doodle. We're gonna listen to The Last Seahorse, everybody's favorite VTuber DJ. And then I might be doing some doodle redeems. Anka is your birthday buddy, and I try to have her in all my towns. Aw, that's adorable. I've never actually played Animal Crossing, TBH. I just know of her via, well, the dance and porn, basically. Um, Gotta jam out, jam out. So yeah, we're gonna work on that. Listen to Seahorse, and once I'm like satisfied with the stage one of the sketch, we can do some doodle redeems. If you want to do a Obsidia 15-minute doodle as she tries to draw you with big boobs, regardless of what you are. Um, so here is the step by step. I'm gonna erase everything. Bloop. So this was the original pose reference that I used, and because it's a really good like kind of villainous pose. Um, so I went with that as the baseline, and then I wanted to get like the overall outline of it so I could do other stuff. So that was the first phase, and then I went over the outline again to basically make it more for what I'm trying to do, i.e., making that bitch thicker. I'm reassured how impressive your art has come in such a very short time. Thank you. I really appreciate that Nocturnal Thing. I really appreciate it. I've worked very hard to get where I am now. We started at the bottom, now we here. I have a picture. I don't have it saved on this. Let me. That would be a lot of work to find. Like I still need to. I keep meaning to get around to it, but literally never do. Of showing off like literally the first pictures I drew versus like where I am now. But um, I'm very proud of myself. I draw much better big titty ladies now than I did back then. Which is really the dream. And so that was the phase one, and then I wanted to put some wanted to do the hair. I like doing hair as a separate layer just because it's easier to move it around and tweak it. And then added in clothes that we worked on clothes last time. And then of course I started messing around with layers because I got my colors wrong and stuff. So I was like, oh well, now this color is gonna be put over here, this color is gonna be put over here. So my color system to identify layers kind of fell apart. And then I wanted to tweak the pose from the original one to be a bit more villainous, in my opinion, but I'm having a hard time getting this arm to like look correctly. I got in a dispute with Sif about how I wanted it to look versus like how the arm should look from that perspective. And I don't know. I think it looks fine, but it took a while to get to that point. Yeah, I wanted to go full anime with her, so we were doing lots of belts and buckles. I'm gonna turn on the last seahorse in the background. Just give me 1 second. All right, let me know if that is too loud or too quiet. What are you doing over here? Okay, sorry, I was putzing with stuff. We love some well-paced belts. Hey, Cute Gamer Grill, welcome, welcome. Hey, Lot. Yeah, and then the most recent thing that we figured out today was I was casually posting in my D&D Discord about how I wanted to make a well-hung centaur girl as a character for like a D&D game, just because, you know, sometimes you just think about you know, some fantasy horsecock. So that's what started the pitch. And then I was talking to Sif, and Sif was like, why don't you give her a loyal centaur girlfriend who's also into her? And so I was like, well, now it's official. So Angelika is gonna have like a centaur knight girl as her girlfriend. So they're gonna be evil gals together. Hey Lily, welcome, welcome. So yeah, we respect a loving evil Asmir fucking centaur relationship in this household. Also, I was thinking of classes for her, and I was actually leaning towards rogue. You know, it's very counterintuitive, like A, Asmir, B, being like the big villain of a campaign, but I actually feel like a rogue is probably a good call for what is a like corporate executive kind of person, because I don't imagine she's gonna be like fighting the party in a fisticuffs battle. So hey Lucky, welcome, welcome. How are you in so much suffering, Lily? I hope it gets better. Let me shout out some beans. Nocturnal Thing, overall very good beans. You should check them out. Can attest to their bean statitude. Lucky the Koi Fox. How lucky are you? But so yeah, so I have no idea how I would draw a centaur girl. You gotta shout out for fun, Lucky. You've been a good enough bean. I'll give you a shout out. But yeah, I don't know how I would draw a centaur girl, so I'll probably have to pay somebody other money to be able to do that. I commissioned somebody to do artwork of Catriona, the Phoenix Fire Ganassi Druid, doing a Roy Mustang pose with a lot of worn down apathy on her face, and I think it's gonna look real good. It's this artist called Dollface on Twitter, and she is a real good art fiend. I know her from her 40k art. Oh, you're playing Wrath of the Righteous. Gotcha. I only played Kingmaker, and I thought that was pretty mediocre, but I thought it was okay, I guess. The problem was it was so fucking buggy. I'm waiting till they sort out all their buffs and stuff before I buy Rogue Trader. Speaking of rogues, we got this girl. I low-key kind of want to name her after, you know, I always describe it as the girl who had big boobs when I was like in 6th grade, which was, I have no idea how her actual name was spelled. I just know it was Delaney. So it could be Angelika Delaney. I think that could work. I think it could work. I'd buy that for $1. I don't know. Just using different names. But yeah, so I was thinking of giving her the Obsidia special of elbow-length gloves, as is tradition. Obsidia design a girl without elbow-length gloves. Challenge impossible. I don't really have a lot of interest in Pathfinder. I know Phoebe swears it's the second coming of Christ, but I don't know, man. I didn't like, after having played 3.5 for so long, like the idea of that much crunch is just not super appealing to me at this point in my life. Hey, Scarth, my heart, welcome. So yeah, so one option is the classic, like, elbow-length gloves, you know, and we could even do also the fingerless gloves, because I am a filthy slut when it comes to all things related to elbow-length fingerless gloves. I don't know why, it's just how I am. But probably elbow-length gloves, so this is gonna be like a cutoff. Or not like a cutoff. This is gonna be like sleeveless. Yeah. So this will be like sleeveless. And then I don't know if I'm going to do something for this area, the absolute territory of the arm. So I'm like, maybe I should just keep it blank. Part of me, you know, the cyberpunk slut in me wants to give her, like, fucking tattoo. She's like a corpo, but I still feel like she should have, like, fucking weird tattoos. I don't know, man. I'm just musing on ideas. No, she is not in a business suit. This is, like, I would say it's probably like a businessy outfit. You know, it's D&D still, so we could be anime as hell with it. But so it's not like a true business suit. It's just a more professional combo. I did draw her with a coat at one point, and I love a good pair of gloves. Practical or not, you're goddamn right. I need to buy some, like, fingerless elbow-length gloves just so I could be the Obsidia dream. I also do realize me giving her, like, double belts is 100%, like, stealing from Obsidia's design. But, you know, I gave myself a lot of belts. I'm gonna, you know, I like a lot of belts. I'm an anime slut at my deepest core. So, you know, she's got that Obsidia bottom. You can tell that because she got that junk in the trunk. You know what, Loth? You have an opinion, and I don't care. I know you may not think it's business-like, but this is my world, and my girls can have as much of a boob window at the office as they want. Gym made to survive workout clothes, so hard to lift your head, can't get the machine for it. Oof. Who doesn't love cake? We're all caked up on a Tuesday. I think I need to fix it, though. I think she's got inconsistent cake. I think I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. The boob window is their version of a tie. AKA the inverse tie. Boob is her business. And business is booming. Oh, thank you, Nocturnal Thing. I'm glad we had the same thought. Alright, so let's make this brown. How now, brown cow? So this weekend I was a proactively getting out of the house Cydia. I touched grass. Business is booming. All of streamer chat just synced up there. I got out of the house. I went to a game store in my neighborhood. Not like directly in my neighborhood, but one of the closer game stores. I was abruptly had my whole plan derailed because I was planning on, they have like a snack bar on Fridays that also like you can get some beer at, which is pretty cool. You get only, you know, it's a max of 2 beers, but it's still pretty cool. And so I was gonna go there, just I wanted to get out of the house and just kind of hang out. So the problem was I got there and the snack bar was closed for the night because the lady who apparently works at it normally was calling out. She called out sick that day. So tragically, my plan for a tasty brew was dashed before my very eyes. And so like the next thing was I'm like, okay, well I'm gonna read some War Machine stuff, I guess, while I'm here. You know, get some of that War Machine lore that I'm out of date on. And so I was like, all right, so that'll help me pass the time. Except they got rid of all their War Machine stock. Like they cleared out everything that was War Machine, and we're not planning on getting more in the future. They said there was some issue with Privateer Press, and so they just decided to bail out. I think it wasn't popular enough or something out here. So yeah, so I didn't get to read any War Machine stuff. So then I was like, okay, I'll read some of the bolt action books that I don't have. You could tell the hand that I had a reference for, like that was a hand reference versus the hand I'm drawing right now. There is a noticeable difference. So because of that, I ended up like basically doing like an hour at the store. I did like an hour at the store and then kind of ran out of stuff to do. But it was like a $30 Uber there. So I'm like, I don't want to just go home after an hour. That feels like a waste of time. So I think I gotta add more crispiness to this. Yeah, the more I look at that, I don't like the tops of these. So I ended up going to a bar that was in the area because I'm like, freehand versus freehanding. Exactly. And so like I was like, yeah, you know, I'm here, I might as well get some like dinner, I guess, while I'm here. And so I go to this bar and I get like this like chicken, and I just like redrawn the exact same thing I just deleted. Huzzah. I see why part of the problem is these fingers look weird.
Memes. The DNA.
Like if I want to be really extra with the memes that are the DNA of the soul. Hey Dark Elf, welcome. I don't have a car, and it is not practical to to try and public transport home. I would have to like take the bus, which is just not ideal. So like I go to this bar and you know what? I'm going to get a reference for this. I'm just deleting this. I'm gonna get a reference because I hate every hand I'm drawing at this point. I think they all look terrible. So that's a future Cydia note. Future Cydia can deal with that hand-related issue. So I ended up talking to this bartender there because there's only like 5 people in this bar on a Friday night at like 8 p.m. And so I got really good chicken, I got some sangria, I got a glass of Pinot Noir, and then I did 2 of these like dessert cocktails, which was coconut rum, Kahlua, and some cinnamon cocktail with like a rim of cinnamon around it. I ended up talking about anime with the bartender for like 2 hours. We were just talking about everything that I liked, and I gave her some recommendations for good shows this season. What else was there? And so she also, won a billion points in my book by saying that I was she could not believe I was 35. And, she couldn't believe I was 35. She thought I was such a young-looking 35-year-old. I'm like, oh, bless your heart, dear. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Alright, so we're going to switch over now to doing a refined sketch. We're going to make these painter. All the stories one detective. So then I walked into a bar and this dame came in. She had huge bazongas and legs up to her chin. Her name was Obsidia. But yeah, so it was a good Friday, all things considered. It was expensive, partially because I did not plan on doing a lot of the stuff I ended up doing, but it was worth it. Sometimes you just need to get out of the house and touch grass and chat up some random strangers about anime. And so then on Saturday, I went to a party for the first time in a long time, and I was talking to some trans girls. First of all, Obsidia has the rare distinction of being the shortest trans girl in any room she's in. Like, it was quite surprising. Like, there was a lot of trans girls there. But, like, little old me, shorter than everyone. And that's not even including the fact that, like, I wasn't wearing heels. Well, like, several of the other ones were. But no, I'm just shorter than them. Which I think contributes to me looking young. Small trans Cydia. And so Obsidia is petite indeed. Patisa. And so hey Vicky Amaru, welcome. We're just talking about me being the shortest trans girl in the room. So I ended up talking to some of the other trans girls there, and Warhammer 40k is truly like just a part of trans culture at this point, because we were just talking about 40k and they like started off by saying like, please, I'm crossing my fingers you don't play Space Marines. And so that's just, it's funny to me, like like 40k is you are either a trans girl or a Nazi. There is no in between. Oh, and also if you didn't see, there is a author confirmed canonical trans girl in a 40k novel, which includes the fact of it being the most believable trans girl because she named herself after a Sister of Battle. Which is 100% something a trans girl would do in the 41st millennia. instead of the old reliable, you know, trans girl name of Lilith, there would just be, you know, Argentas and Demicia and stuff. Hey, Kano, welcome, welcome. Space Marine trans is just self-deprecation. Yep, exactly, Lot. That's why you left the 40k fandom. I play Imperial Guard with Imperial Knights. So, I was neither a Space Marine nor the classic Sister of Battle trans. Yuko plays Sisters of Battle and Imperial Knights, and I play Imperial Knights and Imperial Guard. Double the Imperial, all of the fun. Elysians, wow. I totally Lilith is a possible name. I love it, Nocturnal thing. I love it. Every trans girl has that Lilith moment. They're like, you know, maybe I'll be Lilith. It crosses all of our heads. I need a name with 6 letters. Why specifically 6 letters? Ew. Human auxiliaries to Tau. Cringe. Cringe. Oh, you want a Big Death Knight hug? Well, that could be arranged. Get your hugging utensils ready, everyone, because I'm coming in deep. And a 3. And a 2. And a There you go. A Big Death Knight hug from me to you. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, you should check out Lucky. There is a really good Rogue Trader kill team for 40k, which has just fantastically thematically Rogue Trader models in it. But yeah, do a kit bash. Make your own Rogue Trader. Literally, like, making your own Rogue Trader and your own like Inquisitor is like some of the best things that come from kit bashing. How's the arting been? It's been good. We're now doing the refined sketch of our gal. I'm gonna find a what's it called? I'm gonna find a reference for her other hand at a future point. So we're exempting this hand. We're refining our sketch here of our girl Angelika. I actually have a ton of 40k lore, not just because I read a bunch, but no, because I ran a 40k RPG for like 10 years. So I have this massive, just like homebrew campaign of 40k lore, including Sisters of Battle, Imperial Guard regiments, Space Marines, etc. My Imperial Guard regiment that I play is actually from that campaign. Oh my god, fucking circles are a bitch. Alright, well, we're gonna do a next best thing moment. Just go to the part of the circle that is the most correct, and then work from there. Taking pictures of their own hands for the references or anything. Satixis of the Emperor. My order was called the Order of the Penitent Saint and have a Roman legionary-like aesthetic. That's cool. That is actually a cool idea. My my sister order was the Order of the Radiant Flame, because Saint Obsidia, which is actually the origin for the name Obsidia, is from my 40K campaign, and she was the patron saint of my homebrew sector of the galaxy. So there, she was known as the Phoenix Ascendant, was like one of her saint names, because according to, you know, the myth of the legend of her martyrdom, when she was battling against a great demon of shadow during the reclamation of the sector from the forces of chaos in the after the Horus Heresy, she allegedly turned into pure holy flame from the Emperor and purged the planet of all the demons that were on it, and, you know, basically safeguarded the sector. So they would call her the Phoenix Ascendant. So their stylized Aquila that they would use in that sector was a double-headed phoenix symbol rather than the double-headed eagle. So that doesn't look right. Whoop. And that became like a fun thing when we played a Only War campaign, because as the party began recruiting additional like regiments of Imperial Guard, that just looks bad. Each planet they basically came from had a different way of doing their own Aquila. So one world was it was a hive world that basically got overrun by a mutant uprising, and so their Aquila ended up being, it was a serrated double-headed crow. Oh hey, New York Snark Exchange, welcome Christy. Love to see it, Lily. Love to see it. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start. Exactly, Christy. By the way, Christy, you need to tell me, like, what went down with your D&D campaign that was such a bad news bear kind of thing when last time. I'm just curious. What, the game was Rick from the start? Oh, first time DM. That explains it. Sister stopped a major demon incursion by sacrificing herself by impaling herself with a chaos blade to seal it away, and they feel a great need to redeem themselves for letting it happen. And they parade her body to inspire sisters to follow in her footsteps, to show true courage and become a real martyr. Gotcha. That is cool. I'm glad everybody has their own, like, sexy Imperial Saint lore. My local game just died last week, and my Sunday one might be dead as well at this rate it's going. Oof. Oof. Yeah, I ran this campaign over the course of 10 years, like whenever my friends and I were in town, basically, back in California. So we would play for like a couple months over summer, and then it would go on like hiatus again for like another year. Use D&D Beyond and hope for the best? The hell does that even mean? Gotta be higher up. Okay, sorry. um, However, if the worst streak if I fight over when the new girl starts and like the active Cisco players constantly talk over, the DM really doesn't offer you a tool set to voice your concerns. Ah, that makes sense. I would understand an Angie Christie in that case. And the passive-aggressive begins. Oof. Oof. You hate to see it. Yeah, I technically haven't finished the overall meta campaign that was the Obsidian Sector, which was the name of my homebrew sector. But like we got to the last phase of it basically, and I hit big writer's block, and then I just didn't feel like doing 40k RPGs anymore. Yeah, that was right. So we are currently left in a state of unfinished Obsidian Sector meta lore. It was literally the next step was going to be them killing the evil characters they made in a previous campaign. One of the players, they did DM me and apologize. Gotcha. Well, I'm glad they apologized. Hey, Genie Problem. Welcome, welcome. Roll with a... I like you nailing 99 Theses to D&D Beyond. Despite looking the same, it looks odd to me. I don't know why. Oh well. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow will be better. I'm rooting for you, Christy. I'm rooting for you.
First up, conversion check.
I'm used to Martin Luther, the sexy theologian.
Life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
That is cringe, not having a Sister of Battle romanceable. It is a common misconception that Sisters of Battle are celibate. They're not. Literally, there is a character in one of the Caiaphas Cain books who she is she's a retired, like, quote-unquote retired. She's a Celestine, which is basically like the elite troops of the sororitas. And she is constantly banging the, and she's teaching at the Schola Progenium. And she's constantly banging one of the head, like, administratum professors. And she is like a psychotic MILF is basically the way that Caiaphas describes her. But, you know, Caiaphas is a very much a non-hardcore commissar. So, her, like, raw, fiery fervor, by comparison, is insane to him. No, she looks the same. I'm like, she looks less smug to me in this form. I don't know why. Don't make lemonade.
Don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons
Back.
Get back.
Man.
I don't want your damn lemons. What are you supposed to do with these?
Goth's Ghost has that effect on you. You want to make your own guard army and have them be, you know, like, stealth recon guys. Happens to everybody who reads that series. With the lemons.
I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon.
I think I made it to maybe like book 18 or something of Gaunt's Ghost. I read the first book that took place in 8th edition when they changed the Imperial Guard to the Astra Militarum officially, like for what they're commonly referred to as. And it was such a shock hearing them say Astra Militarum all the time after, you know, hearing the Imperial Guard is like second nature if you've been reading old 40k novels. Think about if I like this approach or not. I don't think I do. See you in hell. Finding this little liney doodle. I have a totally normal man crush on Ibram God. Totally normal. 18, you're on 1. Yeah, God's Ghost is an incredibly long series. And they keep recruiting new regiments, partially because, you know, they suffer some attrition over the course of those, like, 20 books. Literally, one of the best Gaunt's Ghost books is when Chaos sends a fucking hit squad after the living saint of the, that sector. God, I can't remember her fucking name. Sabbath. The living Saint Sabbath, like, resurrected. Chaos sends a fucking hit squad after her, and the ghosts have to act as her bodyguards. And shit is fucking wild. Because it's like a squad of like Xenos lizard people with flechette guns. There's a Dark Eldar Mandrake, so like a stealthy guy. There's a, I think a literal Chaos Dreadnought? It's one of the best ones. It's literally one of the best ones. Because you get, like, the Saints... Oh, there's, like, a super sniper one who he, like, breaks an entire Imperial advance by basically executing the key commanding officers of it. And so, like, every one of, like, the main Ghost characters gets to basically, like, square up against an evil, like, Chaos equivalent of them. Like, McCall does a, like, Predator versus the Stealth Drukhari. What's his name? Got it. Larkin, the sniper, does a square up against the evil Chaos Blood Pack sniper. It's awesome. Like, I've read a lot of God's Ghost books, and I think it's flat out the most awesome out of all of them. I never read the Night Lords omnibus. I do find it funny if you ever read the Carcharodon's books. There's a whole thing with the Carcharodons where they fight the Night Lords, and the Night Lords are so, like, angry because the Carcharodons are basically the polar opposite of the Night Lords, but also just, like, mixed with World Eaters. So, like, all the Night Lord's spooky effects just don't affect them, and it's awesome. Hey, Numi, welcome. Can we have a shout out, please, for Numi? They're a very good lion bean. You want some gremlin noises? Here we go. There you go. Some silly gremlin noises from me to you. You should definitely read the Carcharodon books. They're very fun. Write a 40k book on the Votan hero with the imposter syndrome dealer's prophecy as a part of... I actually don't know any of the Votan lore, because obviously they came into existence after I stopped, like, playing 40k and reading books and stuff, so... I hear they are a bunch of silly little dwarfos, and they've got very fun little tech things. The Imperium did need... it always needs more silly abhuman races. Apparently they killed off, like, all of the, like, Necron named characters that weren't Trazen, Orkin, or the Silent King, which is a bit disappointing because the Necron Don Quixote was, like, the best character concept. The man who still thinks he's alive. And everyone is just acting very odd. How you doing tonight, Sarah? I'm sorry, new me. I apologize. Wow. Clones and also worshiping AI and also kleptomaniacs. That was me saying Don Quixote? Yes? I don't know how you say Don Quixote. That's how we say it in America. Emotech looks fucking baller. Baller. Come on, giant milkers. Round out better. Oh man, I'm gonna have to do this the trashy way. This is the no skill way where it's just a bunch of lines. Because I can't get the curvature right. Can't get my tick curvature correct. Sent an audio to my Discord. Oh god. Now, okay, everybody. Now you guys get to all hear Loth speaking and to say Don Quixote. One second, I gotta mute Seahorse for a moment.
It's Don Quixote de la Mancha.
Oh, psh, psh. That's you can't give me for not using like the proper amount of hock on the Quixote. But I appreciate you, Loth. I'm in the telly, mum. You're now internet famous, Loth. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy your 15 minutes with all the fiber of your being. Close enough. I used to stream War Machine. I know you have your own YouTube. I know you have your own YouTube. But you're now being watched by, I don't know, like 10 people. Live! 14 people, sorry. Live on Twitch.tv. Welcome to Twitch.tv. I'm your host for tonight, Syria. I had a better shape for her boob window before, but honestly it was too difficult to draw in different perspectives. We got over here. That's a more Bazonga hours. I gotta do these boob outlines just so I can save them for later, even though obviously her tits will not be this outline when you're doing when I'm doing other stuff for this picture. But it is what it is. It's anonymous 38584. That's not sus at all. you. If I ever play an Obsidian campaign, I'm gonna be a back doctor. How dare you? I remember I tried to draw my BBGs, but I couldn't make hot dragon board, so I outsourced it to a friend. It's a good call. You know, when in doubt, always feel free to pay artists to make your hot characters that you can't draw. That's an Obsidian fact. Little buttony doodles. Over here. Yeah, I'm totally not a criminal. This is totally convincing you. Oh, you're not a mouse. I got you. That seems more legitimate. Welcome, little mouse. How do you do? Someone called him a DILF because I said a lie. They looked at him once and my voice is deep. They were like, wood. You know, sometimes the bosom is heavy. That's why, you know, you have to have, you gotta have your staff carry them for you. My model is chibi, the voice is not. Well, you know how I sound. My voice is comparatively high and scratchy. I was falsely accused, I demand justice. Hey, Weedy Bread, welcome, welcome. I no longer believe you're a criminal, little mouse. I believe you are a mouse. Most rodent indeed. Definitely not a Skaven with a Twitch account. I need to have Yuko take nude photos of me later so I can do this pose to make sure I'm getting stuff right. Because I tried doing a selfie when I was trying to do her arm, and it was a debacle. So, when Yuko comes down, I'll have them take a photo of me so I could, like, double check some of the stuff in this. I appreciate you. I appreciate that, Weedy Bread. Gonna raid my fridge. Relatable. I get it. Talk of Trey will hang up because your voice has to reach them. Yep. I gotta shout up at them because they're also freakishly tall. I was cursed as the only short trans girl. Thus meaning I have to call out to the heavens to talk to the rest of them. Hello, Nomi Voltra. Welcome, welcome. Or Naomi Voltra. Willkommen. Thank you for the follow. I hope you enjoy just jamming out here to these sweet beats by The Last Seahorse. This is like a 4-hour playlist, so it should cover most of the stream. How tall am I? I am, in real life, I'm 5'7". My VTuber is 6'5", but real Cydia is 5'7". Currently eating Carlotas? What is a Carlota? That's a booty. Oh, it's cake in a cup. Nice. You know, it was funny because, like, growing up, being 5'7" was kind of annoying. Tres leches. I know tres leches. Yuko loves tres leches. I don't think I've had tres leches in a very long time. But yeah, growing up, like, being 5'7" was really annoying because, like, every guy was taller than me. However, once I transitioned, being 5'7" was pretty money because cute clothes fit you better, and people are more inclined to assume correctly that you are female when you're a 5'7" trans girl than maybe if you are a, like, 6'3" trans girl. Got yourself some strawberry? You've all eaten fries today? What a meal. That's a real breakfast of champions moment. I'm a gal who loves fries, so I can respect that. However, I do think you should probably have real people food. So yeah, the only time that I wish I was tall, it's, grass is always greener moment, but I wish I was tall so I could be like an Amazonian trans girl, but I'm not. Instead, I just have to settle for the fact that I am in fact very cute in real life. And that if I'm ever around other trans girls, I have to, like, shout up at them. You have one single apple today. Vital stress is fun. I am so happy that after all the degrees I have, I no longer have to go to school. Because that shit is bananasly stressful. What are you in school for, Rocky? Or Lucky, sorry. I'm just curious. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I will not be offended. Associates of Arts degree. Fun, fun. Like art? Good, good, good. 5'8" with a 6'3" attitude and confidence that makes tall men move out of my way. Zara here with the huge flex. She just, like, shows up in chat, fucking goes, I am a big dick bandit. And then, she has nothing left to prove the rest of chat. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that hand. And I foolishly erased my original rep for what was on that leg. My friend had an apple today, but their temps and 104 last time I checked. Gotcha. Oh, their temperature's at 104. Gotcha. Choreography class? Nice. Wheatie Bread, I want you to know that I'm just saying what we've all been thinking. And that's that you, Wheatie Bread, yes you are my little PogChamp. And there's nothing that'll change that. I hope you enjoyed it, Wheatie. Nice jazz number while people did these ego-based ones, and one took 20 minutes to do it at a 4-minute intermission midway. Jesus. Yeah, I had a degree, I had a bachelor's in history, and then I have a law degree. The only art class I ever took was a painting in Renaissance Venice and Northern Italy art history class when I was in college. That got me my one art credit that I needed. Look at me now. Now, people are watching me do art on twitch.tv. Should have gone on my list with the word moist. A lull and behold degree, or just low. It is a shorty got low degree. Shorty got low. She's wearing like knee-high boots, basically. That was my rationalization for this. Because also, when in doubt with the Cydia, it's always knee-high boots. Apple-bottom jeans, boots with the fur. All the homeboys in the club were looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, she hit the flow. Nothing you know. Shorty got low. Apple bottom jean boots with the fur. Body in the club was looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, shorty got low. Song is a bop, as they say on the street. I used to be a trans man until I learned non-binary existed. Gotcha. I'll enjoy your non-binary identity. We've got our scarf, which is a trans non-binary person as well. And overall, good bean. Certified bean out of bean rating. Aren't puns on homonyms fun? They are the gift that keeps on giving. Do-do-do-do. Nobody messed with Scar. That's true. Whole club was looking at her. She hit the flow. Next thing you know, Shorty got low. And baggy sweatpants and the Reeboks with the straps. She turned around and give that big booty a slap. She hit the flow. Next thing you know. You know what song I really like? I really like the cover of, who is it? T.I., I think, did, maybe it's Flo Rida. Maybe Flo Rida did the, You Spin Me Right Round. It's so good. It's so good. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, right round. Nya, nya, nya. I remember back in the day, I used to be far more discriminatory in my music, and nowadays I just listen. I literally became one of those people. I listen to everything. Like I listen to Flow Rider, I listen to DMX, I listen to, anime intros. I do everything. Uruguayan pop singer did a version of You Spin Me Round. I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna try the suspenders on a different layer. I feel like that would be the right call. For some reason, I've really developed a fetish around the girls wearing suspenders with huge tits. I don't know why. I haven't worn suspenders in fucking 15 years, but for whatever reason, girls wearing suspenders. I think it was fucking Rika from fucking Pokemon is what made me go, even though she does not have huge tits. But the idea of woman in suit with with suspenders is just, it hit different. It fucking hits different. Just got out of the shower, walked past my parents while listening to Buffalo Bill by Eminem. They were shocked I was listening to rap music. I love me some rap music. This rap shit is mine, motherfucker. I don't think there's that much gap. I think I was fucking wrong. Shrink that slut. There we go. I listen to certain rap songs though. Suspenders are powerful. Very powerful. Even more powerful if paired with suit, even more powerful if paired with huge knockers. Change my mind. Spoiler, you will not be able to. You will not find an example of suspenders with huge knockers, where I will disagree with its contribution. Speaking of which, I should get a pair of suspenders, is really the takeaway from this. Also, I'm watching Vinland Saga Season 2, and I get why everyone hated it. Or at least hated the first part of it. I'm on, like, episode 12 of it right now, and, like, oh boy, they've been painful. Mostly because, like, there's some good stuff in there, but they also haven't explained to you why he's a slave yet? And so it's kind of annoying, because I'm like, why are you hiding this from me for 12 episodes? LeBro, what is the danger of the audience understanding what's going on? You haven't watched much anime? I watch so much anime. Yuko and I just finished Season 2 of Mob Psycho 100, which we really like. Hey, Spoopy the Third. I feel like I know you. But I may be gone. Wasn't more of a romance guy? Oh, I love romance. I love rom-com. Like, I live for rom-com. I'm watching like 5 different rom-coms this season. For once, Twitch recommended streams got it right. Well, I'm happy to have you. How do you do, little Spoopy-doo? We're talking about girls with big boobs and suspenders. No, I have not watched the Madoka Magica movie, Loth. The more you tell me to watch it, the less I am likely to ever do anything. I have an innate, like, disdain for authority that makes it so, like, the more somebody tries to get me to do something, the less I want to do it. Oh, I am such a harem girl. I both love harems and hate them with every fiber of my being. Also because they usually pick the tsundere, which is like the worst pick in my opinion. Get very lesbian about women? Relatable. I thought we were talking about anime romantic comedies. Hey, Darth Nightwing. Also talking about anime romantic comedies. If you like romantic comedies and harems, you should watch The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, Really, Really Loved Me. It's very funny. And he just scored a MILF. And by MILF, I mean a literal MILF, because she has a, like, 15-year-old daughter. That is also dating the protagonist. It's a very funny show. You know, it fully embraces its ridiculous concept. And I respect it for that. Currently watching through Kaguya. Oh, I love Kaguya. Kaguya is the best romantic comedy I've ever seen. It's just so funny and so good. Like, it is leaps and bounds better than everything else. Highly recommend if somebody hasn't seen Kaguya-sama Love is War, please do it. It's so funny. I'm just a huge slut for RPG fantasy stuff. I like some RPG fantasy stuff. The problem is, a lot of the RPG fantasy stuff as of late has not been very good. And the isekai genre kind of ruined a lot of fantasy things, because a lot of them just became isekais, and isekais are it's a very frustrating genre. Fuck you. What a line. Ishigami backstory episode. Yeah, it's good. I hear that one, and I like the fact he loves them because of them and not be. Yes, yes, the 100 Girlfriends protagonist is the only harem protagonist where the joke isn't that he's really dense and dumb. It's the fact that he genuinely loves all of these women for different reasons. With, like, all of his fucking heart. And I think that's a much better joke. Because the dumb harem protagonist is profoundly frustrating a lot of the time. Whoop! I just scrolled all the way out of it. I've written the best isekai plot ever, and I'm gonna make a game out of it. Nice! Isekai where it was a dude who was isekai from his last isekai since he'd been isekai'd over 56 times and just requires to become an NPC in the world. Zara, yes, it is actually a legitimate polycule anime. Rather than just being purely a polygamy anime, like, there are two characters which are in fact very bisexual for each other that are dating him. The tsundere and the horny rich girl are, like, always fighting with each other, but they also, like, totally are into each other and make out a whole bunch. And they both love the main character because it's, like, impossible not to like the main character because he's just so friendly and honest and caring. But yeah, so it is actually a polycule as opposed to Girlfriend, which is at its core still basically just a normal harem anime. In 100 Girlfriends, he is literally dating all of them. And apparently in the manga, they're up to like 27 girlfriends. One of which is a grandma, which is really funny, because part of her backstory was that she used to help Japanese soldiers in World War II, and I'm like, man, don't ask your girlfriend where she was between 1937 and 1945 China. But she's like fucking girlfriend like number 17 or something in the manga. And in the anime, they're only up to 6 for the first season. With the 6th one being a 29-year-old mom who, the person she loved died when she was like 13. So she had herself artificially inseminated by him and gave birth to her daughter, who is one of the girlfriends of the main character. It's very weird. Yes, Roth, we were talking about 100 Girlfriends. It's a very funny anime, and I love it. So, 100 Girlfriends, Apothecary Diaries is probably one of the best shows of the season. It's basically like House MD in, like Ming, China, and it is very good, and also, literally every woman who's not the main character has just enormous tits. Literally, the main character teaches one of the Imperial concubines how to do titty fucking because she has such huge knockers. Yeah, I don't know how old all of the different characters were. You know, most of them are high schoolers, and then several of them are like teacher adults. So, you know, do with that knowledge what you will. But, you know, if you're just trying to enjoy it for the silliness of the anime, you know, you're welcome to. But, Rosario Vampire, I watched that recently because I heard so much about it. It is such ridiculous garbage. I understand why they did what they did by transforming it from like a shonen battle anime to a pure romantic comedy. but it's just so dumb. Hey, Smoking Medic. Yeah, the 100 Girlfriends who really, 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 really love you. But I definitely watch Apothecary Diaries. It's so good, and it's beautifully animated, and everyone has huge tits. Also, I'm watching Frieren, which is so good, and not everyone has huge tits, although the fan artists insist that Fern has the most bodacious knockers. Testament of Sister New Devil? That sounds like the most made-up trash anime name I've heard. The Testament of Sister New Devil. But, like, you know, the gold standard of trash anime to me is none other than... Oh my god, what's it called? I have to Google it. It's something of Quasar. It's so bad. It's so dumb. It's like Bible Black level animation. I think it's Quasar of the Abyss or something. Quasar anime. Quasar Stigmata, that's what it's called. Here we go, here we go. Alright, so for those of you who are not privy to what Quasar of Stigmata is, Quasar of Stigmata. First of all, you have to understand it has Bible Black animation in it. So it takes place in Japan at a Russian Orthodox all-girls school where people are going missing. Some of the girls are going missing. Now, one day, a half-Russian boy named, I don't remember what his name is. It's ultimately meaningless. A half-Russian edgelord boy transfers to the school and befriends what is presumably the love interest and her incredibly enormous, like cow milker enormous friend. And then they find out that the alchemy system of this world that apparently exists is magic. It uses this magical, literally magical energy that comes from certain women known as Madonnas, which are girls who have a special like magical power or whatever. And you transfer this magic to you by literally drinking their mana milk. And so fucking there is a scene during one of the battles where he fucking like tops off on this girl during the fight. And you're just like, what the fuck am I even watching? I think I made it through 2 episodes just because I was like, what is even going on in this anime? I would like some breast milk. I mean, sorry. Yeah, it is so ridiculous. Power up sucking Soma, that's what it was called. Soma out of some titties. Yeah, that was like being on High Dive and just looking up random ecchi anime. I have a lot of problems with My Girlfriend is a Gyaru, partially because the main character is fucking garbage. Like, the Gyaru girl is legitimately just a nice person, and the main character is just a horny loser. And one of his friends is a literal pedophile, and that's the joke. They're like, oh man, we can't trust him around children. Ha 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 ha. However, I'm watching Our Dating Story this season, which is about a pathetic nerd dating a Gyaru girl, but it's actually good because, like, they have much better communication and stuff. But the premise is that this girl, basically, the main character asks her out as a dare, and so asks her out as a dare, and she accepts it, and like he walks her home that day, and they get back to her house, and then she's like starts taking off her top, and he's like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, and they say that they're gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend, and she's literally known this guy for like an hour at this point, and she like just learned his name, and she starts taking off her top, and she's like, what, aren't we gonna have sex now? And he's like, Nani the fuck? And she explains that like all of her boyfriends that she's had in the past, she has sex with them as kind of an obligation to keep them dating her. And so the main character's like, well, you know, do you actually want to have sex? And she's like, no, not especially. And he goes, well then, how about we take this slow and you learn to like me better, and if you decide to have sex with me in the future, we cross that bridge when we come to it. And that's the premise of the show. I just lost the stupid enjoyment factor. I get that. I get that. You see that sentence? Oh my god, I loved Love After World Domination. Love After World Domination was so fucking funny, and it was so cute. I loved it. Also, the main girl's outfit was very Obsidia chic. If, like, Obsidia was a Sentai character. Nano, that's the name of the best girl. Oh, are you talking about from 100 Girlfriends? Oh, Rent-A-Girlfriend, really? That is a controversial viewpoint to enjoy Rent-A-Girlfriend. But I've never watched Rent-A-Girlfriend. I just hear that it's trash. However, my personal, like, vendetta against Rent-A-Girlfriend is the fact that it is considered such trash. However, it's gotten 3 seasons, and there are anime rom-coms I've loved infinitely more that have not. You only remember the NTR panel from it? Do you see that? Oh, yeah, sorry, Dad. Yeah, I watch the irregular Witch show with my partner every Saturday. Or Sunday, I mean. We love that show. It is actually really funny. Like, at first, it just seemed like the gimmick was gonna be that her mom is really young and that she, she's the actual daughter but has, like, huge boobs and looks more mature, so everyone thinks that, she's the mom. But no, it's actually a lot about fantasy world building. Which kind of surprised me, like how much into the world building it was. I was reading Love After World Domination back when it was a webcomic, then something about it, but I haven't had a chance to watch it. I highly recommend watching Love After World Domination, Zara. It's very good. I'm a world building slut. You should watch it then. It actually does like a surprising amount of fantasy world building for it. And the main character, having huge boobs and, like, being this very, like, voluptuous, like, witch girl at 16 is actually not as much the joke of the show as you would think. Like, when they bring in her mom's father, it's the funniest thing ever, because he's, like, this fucking alcoholic, like, total, like, degenerate fucking dude who is always up to hijinks, and it's very funny. Dress Up Darling is very cute. No, it's fine, Smoking Medic. Don't feel self-conscious. Dress Up Darling is very cute. Will find me time after time. We're stripping away the other layers to see how this is coming out. Sorry, I'm just looking at this, seeing how it's coming out. I think it's coming out pretty well. What do you guys think? What do you think of my gal? Will find me time after time. Time after time. Will find me time after time. Sorry, I'm not reading chat right now. I'm working on my lady. Can't stop me, I'm already overthinking, it's too late. Ori is hilarious. I love those Spike, he's never known his grandchild to now because he's a bad influence, so he's the only one kept out of it. And yet they still hit it off so well, even after he hit on her. Yep. Everybody I know recommends Symphogear. I've never seen Symphogear. Every trans girl I know recommends it for some reason. She is my evil Azamir. Oops. Touch. I get this feeling every time I lose. Think that we can fly. Do 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 do.
Touch.
Yeah, trim this. Never reading Clear Card. I don't know what that is. Oh, I don't. I haven't watched Card Captor Sakura since I was a child. Is Idol Takatsu with a girl who punches the shit out of things? By the way, if you're an adult, definitely you should watch, what's her name? Miss Kuroitsu in the Monster Development Department. Also, if you like Sentai shows, it is so goddamn funny. Like, when they have a whole, like, villainous monster that gets derailed because of introducing too many conflicting departments into the creation process is just like the too realist statement about like what it is corporate life. Zero, dude. Yeah, absolute zero. And it's great because in the dub, in the English dub, he's voiced by the guy who does fucking Ainz in Overlord. So you got this guy. And it's just so goddamn funny. Also, the fact that the two magical girls in it, one of them is like a dude who becomes like this super busty girl when he transforms. And it pisses off the girl so much because he has bigger tits than she does. He's such a good manager. He is such a good manager. But yeah, if you were ever curious, like, what is the people who, like, literally just make the monsters in a Power Rangers show are up to, you'll find out, and it is hilarious. It is probably one of the shows I most highly recommend as just like, this is so fucking funny. I want to change her lips, but I don't know what I'm going to do yet with them. I think my favorite is where it cancels the chocolate monster. Yeah, because they find metal in it. My favorite is oh god, what's it? My favorite is when he's taking the henchman applications and the magical girls apply, and then they attack him during it, and he fucking sends them the thank you for applying for our position after a thorough examination. Unfortunately, there was a more qualified candidate. We wish you best of luck in your future endeavors. And I was like, oh my god, this is the funniest thing ever. I was like, it looked like her torso was too small. Yeah, the girl gets caught in the henchman part-time company as like basically being a permanent part, and then because she like plays a gacha game that the leader of the fucking evil organization loves, she gets basically promoted to like second in command. God, I love Angelika. He just looks so fucking awesome. This is the best feeling as an artist when you look at a design that you made and you're like, god damn, I love this design so much. That's my world I live in right now. What's next? So the arm, this arm is still up for design issues, but I think we're pretty good on the refined sketch. Handsome form, so I totally get ya. Yeah, I think we're pretty good for like the refined sketch of this. This nipple placement I feel like is wrong, but it is what it is. I probably have to move it more to the side because she's basically twisting. She's twisting to be able to do this position. I tried doing it in my chair. That's how I know. She's like twisting to do it. So I think I'm doing it right now to try and. I think I have to move her nipple because I don't think that's the part of the boob where it would be angled at. But. So, notes for the future. I'm going to save this. So, lips. Actually, I'm just going to do this mouth. Mouth. And then left hand. This is so I remember to actually follow up with this. Okay, I'm gonna activate since we're about at 2 hours. You know, I'm gonna activate the 15-minute doodle redeems. So get your channel points ready. What it is a 15-minute doodle of something, and I have no guarantee as to the quality of it. I just will try and draw it, and I will try and give them big boobs. That's all I'm gonna tell you. There you go. It's been enabled. If anybody would like a 15-minute Obsidia doodly doo. Yeah, like this season I'm watching Our Dating Story, 100 Girlfriends, Irregular Witch, Shy, giving the disgraced noble lady a crash course in naughtiness, Free Ren, Apothecary Diaries, what else was there? Jujutsu Kaisen, Season 2. I'm in love with the villainess. And... oh, and Vexations of a Shut-in Vampire Princess. Otherwise known as the Caiaphas Cain of fucking anime. Because the little girl, the main character, is literally a... what if Caiaphas Cain was a vampire lolly? A seal applying for a job at a big name company. Okay, alright, Lucky, let's do this. Let's go. So, let's see, the timer is now 8:23, so 15 minutes starting now. So let's go. Little seal face, and then he's got his, give him a little necky doodle. Got a little pudge because he's a seal. And then give him a little necktie. Because he wants this job really, like, a lot. So he's got his necktie. But first, before we draw in his necktie, we gotta give him his huge knockers. A little tail doodle. And then alright, we're gonna redo his tits. Oh. Shoot, I'm on the wrong layer. No! Oh well, this is the world we live in. Sorry about this. So I guess the way we would get around this is this way. Just color in with fucking board. Two. Got his little... give him big eyes. He's very nervous. And he's stressing, so his mouth is all glibble, and he's very nervous. Give him a little sweat drop. Because he's really stressing about getting this job. Breaking news, I've drawn my first plant in Procreate thanks to Skillshare. Not a sponsor, but could be. Well, congratulations, Christy. give him a little bra because he's not a. Give him a little crop top because he's not a slut. And then gotta give his cleavage. But then we got his little tie. Goes over. Actually, we're gonna put it to the side of his cleavage so you can show he's really trying to get this job. Ooh. Clean up his boobs. Go. Back. Do. I guess we'll turn it into a top. Got little straps. I guess it's gonna be strapped up all the way around because I don't know how else a seal would keep this on. I don't know why I gave him straps then. That's how many fucking arms. Alright. I only use my art abilities for good. And we'll give him a little polka dot tie. Body War is good top. All right, we're gonna promote it to a girl. So we're gonna give it a little skirty skirt. And some pleats. And we got app. Big Co. From the job app for Big Co. Let's put this on. How would a seal deliver this to the office? Well, whatever. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So how does a seal deliver this to this office? I'm glad you asked, because the only correct answer is signed. I gotta color this shit in first. God damn it. Momentarily, you have to stay tuned for this big secret. Okay, so this lovable seal, otherwise known as wrong color, Big Co, Miss Seal, Miss Sealy, is by, of course, delivering it via giant bouncy ball. Which, God, I'm trying to remember, how does a beach ball look? It's like this? Something like that? So, we got some bouncing, but also some... So he's dribbling this ball, basically. She's ready to roll with this. A little tummy tum. let's give her a little... We're doing Disney rules here, so she's got her best little bow on. A sealed envelope? That would have been funny. That would have been funny, but I instead settled for this much less funny version of it. So it's bouncing it in and goes, I need this job to feed my... Is it a cub? Do seals have cubs? No, they have pups. Feed my pups. Been a while, but when did you get your 3D? Hey, Aeon! Oh yeah, they have flippers! Oh my god, I'm sorry. I should have thought of that in my... That's truly an Obsidian drawing when I remember to draw huge boobs, but not the flippers. These seals actually got like little... They have little like beans on their flippers because of evolution and other science shit. I got my 3D model I think a year ago. I think it was last July. I just don't use it as very much. I do have fangs. All Obsidians actually have fangs. It's a lesser known fact. But they're much more predominant in this model. So I'm glad I remembered to give it huge boobs before I gave it the fucking actual flippers. Priorities. Thanks for the love bites. Nom nom nom. And then I think these also have got like a little bean action on them. Maybe that's manatees. I don't know. Regardless, this one has beans. Little ribbons coming off of it. And, I think this seal should have probably thought through their outfit a bit more for this application. Because I don't know how much this company will approve of a tie, huge knockers in a tube top, and then a mini skirt. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. And then draw over with this. And then this, that. doesn't look right. That would be why.
Shampoo hat.
Go! She got a tie, it's business casual. Gotta get HR in on this. Little. Good old Miss Seeley. Let's go with the fair one. Nope, not work. You're welcome. You're welcome for this creation. That is your 15-minute doodle. Lucky, is it everything you wanted it to be? These diversity hires, am I right? Next, the sea lions are gonna be wanting in. All right, we could do one more 15-minute doodle before we have to wrap things up. So if anyone would like something, please feel free to redeem it now. No pressure. No pressure. I hope somebody came into my stream specifically as I was drawing this. Two. One second. Okay. First half of the stream, drawing this. Second half of the stream. Here's a chance to get your OC obsidianified. Two. Just practicing other mouths. Now, like that. You know, the irony is, I actually like, since I have thin lips in real life, I actually don't like big, thick bimbo lips. I think I'll wait till next stream. Well, I appreciate that, Smoking Medic. Actually, there is this way of doing it. So we go look across, and then it's just. I just feel so bad drawing lips. I'm like, I'm just like not good at it. I feel like I'm a parrotfish every time I'm drawing lips that are like some thick ass lippies. That's the real reason why I always have OC's mouths open, is so it distracts from what I think are the parrotfish lips. Sonic Boom!
Sonic boom.
Yeah, this is gonna be an off-stream thing since I can't figure out how I want to do those lips to not look weird to me. Look at the original ref. Oh. You love the Obsidia face? I'm glad you like the Angelika. We were working on the refined sketch of it today. Those are all the steps. So that was our ref for the pose. And then I did the initial sketch. Oh, there we go. I was like, what layer is that? You get the pose down. And we gave it some huge tits. Gave it some hair. Gave her some clothes. Gave her more clothes. Changed one of the hands. If you think the lips may look off, the middle of the lip line art may need a small oval to give plump depth. Yeah, for every time I look at lips, they just always look wrong to me. And so, we needed a new ref image for the hand because the other one I was doing was not good. It's the real takeaway. You guys should go check out Music to Love. She is very good artist bean. I remember when she was a small bean on Twitter, and she did an Obsidia picture that was cute, and then I commissioned her to do Mordred art for me, and she is a very good bean. She streams as a VTuber now. She still does commissions. She still does art. You should go check her out. Perhaps give her a pen in her other hand? That's an interesting idea. Pen? Penis? Pen? Like, presumably, you know, I guess it'd be like, I don't know, something like here. Little twirly pen. I guess nobody would hold a pen that way. Probably, if I was gesturing like that. She can write the death warrants to the players. That's literally like what she does in the campaign. Is she unleashes Fantasy ExxonMobil to go hunt them down. So, and that's her color palette as an Azamir. She's got like gold strands for her hair and like eyes and lips, and then her actual eyes and sclera are silver. And then she's got the purple hair, and I think she's really pretty. I also gave her like half halo. And one of her other powers is that when she talks, it always sounds like it's coming from other people around her all at the same time. Hey, Brain Busta, welcome, welcome. She seems nice, not at all an evil CEO. Oh yeah, and here was the original, like, concept of her outfit that we drew. That was when I was considering giving her like a jacket. But yeah, that was the original concept for it, but we I tweaked it a bit when we actually implemented it. So, but I definitely like suspenders. I'm glad I stuck with the suspenders because they look fucking so hot on a girl with huge boobs. And it gave her several Obsidia belts. Thank you for the resub, Brainbuster. I really appreciate it. 29 months running. You love to see it. There aren't enough evil Azamir in fucking D&D, so I am correcting that. She's evil and gay, and she's dating a huge A well-endowed horse girl. Living the villainous dream. And I can't wait for her to look at my players smugly. Alrighty. I think with that in mind, I love being a chaotic Asimir. That's what I love to hear. Join the club. You and Angelika can be BFFs. Music. Well, she's technically not related to a god. She's just, she basically received magic planar radiation. That is why she was born as an Asimir. But I think we're gonna wrap up here for tonight. We have no more requests. Let me go to the deals. Let me turn this off. Alright, Seahorse, turn off those sick jams. There we go. Let me throw mine into the art channel as all dice rolls too for our features. Ooh, spicy. I look forward to seeing that music. Let me go on over. Who is this gal? But yeah, so thank you guys for hanging out tonight. We made some really good progress to refine Cordelio. And then we have brought into this world this glorious piece of art. Oh man, I realized I didn't give her anything for her tummy right here. Oh well. Oh well. Get to what you pay for. The seal applying for this job. Oh. There are two kinds of artists. But yeah, I hope you guys had fun tonight talking about anime, talking about huge boobs. I always appreciate having you guys here. And then yeah, I think we made some really good progress. I'm going to work on it more off stream, but hopefully get it to line art and color her proper and actually like give her her chair that she's sitting in. And I'll be sure to show it off to everybody. All right, everybody. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight. I hope you had a good time. I want you all to know you're all beautiful, amazing, and valid people, and I hope you enjoyed spending your night with me nearly as much as I enjoyed spending it with you. And never forget the most important part, which is the world is better having you in it. We'll be back here probably on Wednesday for more Solstice. I really want to fucking beat this game so I can uninstall it. We're in the final like 6 chapters of it. But so get ready for more poorly directed voice acting. Huge boobs in Obsidian's streaming community, more likely than you think. If you haven't done so already, please give me a follow here on Twitch, give me a sub over on YouTube, give me a follow on Twitter, and you join my Discord, the Eternal Citadel, and be a part of my incredible community. I want you all to know you're all beautiful, amazing, valid people. And we will be... Oh, wow. We're going to be rating somebody I actually haven't rated in a really long time, which is Cobalt Sprig. She is a very cute, also huge boobed kobold. So if that's your jam, you know, extra good for you. And then she's playing the Bloodborne PSX version. So let's go send her some love. She is very sweet, very cute girl, very good bean, very big boob. If you are a follower, please copy down the call to hugs. And if you're a sub, please copy down the Knight's message. Kobold. Sprig. Spriggy diggy. Spriggy diggy diggy. This is why you come to an Obsidian stream. Oh, that's super cool, music. I now see your Asimir, and I like them. A barbarian. Spicy. Do you have a gun? Or maybe it's a cross. I don't know. Oh, it might be a sword, now that I think about it. Hey, Thomas, we were actually just finishing up for the night, so I hope you enjoy sending your love over to Kobold Sprig. All right, everybody. Bye!